feels really dodgy.
The falling in bit is easy. Getting out is tough.
Here we go. I just reached this one.
Beargrills.
절대 월드 클래스입니다.
The Alps can be a dangerously hostile world. This year alone, over 80 tourists have lost their lives in avalanches.
Like any tourist, I won't have much with me. And I'm going to show you how to survive here.
That was the fastest, most radical landing I have ever had. And the wind is just so much stronger than they told me.
I'll keep my parachute. I want to get off this mountain as quickly as possible. I've got to find my way down to a village or settlement. But getting anywhere in this snow is difficult. And this year's record-breaking snowfall, over 20 feet, is making things much harder. It's like wading through sugar.
You know, I'm not as fit as when I was climbing so much, and oh God. I kept thinking I'd been hearing dogs or something like that. Oh, the last few hours I've just been slogging up this valley trying to get this ridge, just thinking, it's just a huge, empty, deep snow-filled valley.
The weather is closing in now, and it looks like there's a snowstorm on its way. I must find shelter, and soon.
Okay, what I'm going to try and do here is make a snow cave into this slope, and this is a pretty good place to try and do this. It's on a lee-facing slope, which means it's out of the wind. It should be a little bit more sheltered. But also it's much easier digging into a slope than trying to dig into the flat. My big challenge is, though, I obviously haven't got a shovel, which would make digging this much easier, but what I can do is try and pull out from inside the parachute, the back protector, it's a little strip of plastic that's, you know, it's not great, but it's certainly better than nothing, and this should now I've dug actually into this bank a bit. I'm now going to try and create like a bit of a platform here and get rid of this snow, and this is going to be like a bed platform, and the idea of this is that the cold air will then sink into what I'm sitting in, which is called like a cold well, and I'll be able to create under here a nice sleeping platform, insulate some warm air, and wrapped up in my canopy. That should keep me nice and snug. And that's the theory of it. Freezing cold, and part of this roof is beginning to sag now, and I haven't quite got this right. I'm just desperately trying to keep my fingers and toes moving. This is going to be one of those really long nights. That's the worst night's sleep I've ever had.
The new snowfall means I have lost my bearings, and the best way to find out where I am is to climb this ridge. The tree line is down there, And in the forest, they're berries and animals to eat.
And you don't need to be an expert animal tracker to know that something has died around here. Just the stench alone, there's definitely a dead animal around. This looks like a dead, like a I think this is a chamois, yeah. And this has obviously just been caught in the eye of the avalanche. Look, yeah, you go, look under this stuff. There's some maggots feeding off this, and these maggots are living, and these are good protein and really good energy, massive calories. And the way to eat these is you bite off the head, because that's a really disgusting bit. In fact, the whole maggot's pretty disgusting. But then you just eat the body. But I want to be taking a bit of these now, a few for bait and a few for food. And the idea, what I want to do is put out a night line. I am definitely on a frozen lake, and you can just tell just the way it's really slushy, and you can see just a few digs down, and I'm just into water here. And this is probably, the ice is only probably 3 or 4 inches thick. Alright, I've got a nice sized hole here all the way through the water, and that should do. And what I'm going to do now is that I've got a little bit of a weight from just a rock, and then I've made some a little bit of thread out of the paracord as a line, and then just put some makeshift hooks along here, which I've made just from a bit of the wire from my parachute harness. And I'm putting these maggots on these hooks. The idea also of putting hooks all the way along this line is to try and get to the fish at all different levels of the lake. But like all things, it's a bit makeshift, but the essence of survival is just keep trying anything you can think of that's gonna help you and give you food. Right, and the last thing I need to do now is use some of these spruce branches and stuff these right down into the hole. And the idea of this is that this hopefully stops the hole freezing over. This is where most people get this wrong, is that they go to all the effort to make their lines, their hooks, get through the ice. They might even catch some fish, but when they come to get it, their hole's frozen over.
I can't wait around to see if the fish bite. In survival situations, don't rely on just one source of food.
And I've just come across these, and these are probably, I think, fox prints, and you can see the whole paw and actually the claw marks in there, and they think it's dinner, but they're not as hungry as me. I want to beat them to it, and I reckon if I follow this, I might catch up with this fox.
I follow the fox's tracks. Then I see him. I'm hoping that he's hunting rabbits. If he gets one, my plan is to chase him off the kill and take the meat myself. He's heard me. There'll be no rabbit for dinner tonight. Time to head back to the lake and check my fishing line.
Let's have a look. Pull all this out. I think I've got something. There we go. Oh, this is brilliant. Look, just one of the bottom one. That's something on it. And yeah, he's all wriggly. He's been obviously he's pretty starved of oxygen putting out there, but there's no way I can make a fire on this and cook it. But these trout are just fine to eat raw, and if I get my finger in its gills here and bite into this, and as soon as I bite into it, it's going to break its spinal cord and we'll kill it. but this is just the energy that I'm going to need for today.
학생이 같은 반 친구에게 시비를 겁니다.
야, 실시간에 공부하냐? 모험생인 척하지 마.
괴롭힘의 강도가 세지자 피해 학생이 멈추라고 소리칩니다.
폭력이 일어나고 있다는 것을 알 수 있고, 그러니까 나도 저걸 같이 폭력할 수 있지 않을까.
At last, food.
It's been just a really long day, and I'm pretty wiped out.
The place I'd like to be is off this mountain, but tomorrow I'm going to be facing a whole new challenge.
First view across the valley for a while. It's just been buried in this dense wood. I'm just praying it's going to stop raining, because it's making it bloody horrible.
I need to keep moving down, trying to find a route to a village or a settlement. I walk for just a few minutes more, and then my luck turns.
Quick! Bring the camera, look. If you look over there, can you see across the valley? Try and pick those out. Those are cross-country skiers slowly working their way up that face, and this is a breakthrough we've been waiting for. I haven't seen anyone for literally days now, and this is a breakthrough, and I bet the bottom dollar where they're going is going to be civilized tonight.